Now, Cousins is under duress. Again, they get some fumble luck because Cousins has it stripped by Hassan Reddick, but it falls right at his feet, and somehow Cousins, again in a sea of Buccaneers, is able to pounce on it. Now it's 3rd and 28 after a holding penalty. Cousins, Pitts, again had the monster night of his career to get about half of it. So now it's 4th down. David Sills, the 5th, who earlier in the game had dropped a wide open bomb for a touchdown, but here secures this one on 4th and 14. 1st down. Buccaneers had a penalty. It got him a little closer. Evans can't believe that they're in this spot. Zane Gonzalez, snap, hold, kick. And the guy who beat Tampa last year kicking for Washington in the playoffs kicks this one for Atlanta. He's their 3rd kicker this year. Mayfield not thrilled. Todd Bowles even less happy after the loss.
It's inexcusable. You don't make excuses. You got to care enough where the hurts. You got to care enough where the hurts. It got to mean something to you. It's more than a job. It's your livelihood. How well do you know your job? How well can you do your job? Well, you can't sugarcoat that. It was inexcusable, and there's no answer for it. There's no excuse for it. That's what you tell them in the locker room. Look in the mirror.
What did Todd Bowles say to you guys in the locker room?
He hit the nail on the head, saying that in questioning, does it mean anything to the guys? Does this hurt enough for you to actually make changes to come in, do the work that you need to do the things that we need to do as a team to get better, fix these things, and win ball games? And he repeated it, and it really is as simple as that. We have talent. Talent doesn't get you though. Doing the work and executing on game days does, and we didn't do that today. Like I said, I did not do that.
Damien Woody is alongside. Stanford Steve said it, and I almost wonder if it's AI with Todd Bowles, because that is a measured, calm, reasonable man. For him to say that reflects the anger that I think is justifiable. When you've now lost 5 of 6, you allow a 14-point lead to get away against an Atlanta team that has not had the season they hope to have. Is this a loss that, in your estimation, could be disqualifying? Not by the math, but just mentally.
Absolutely. This was a brutal loss by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Again, you already stated it. They had a 14-point lead in this game. The Atlanta Falcons had 19 penalties for a $125. Scott, you don't see teams win games like that. And when you lose a game like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, what I've seen through my career, teams don't recover from that. They just don't. They don't recover from that. You lost to the Saints last week at home, and then you follow it up with an absolutely brutal loss tonight. Some bad mojo going on in Tampa.
They have 3 games remaining. 2 are against Carolina. So you do have a direct path with the team that now remarkably has ascended to being in first place for the moment. And in the middle, you have a much better Dolphins team. Look, credit to Atlanta. Pitts went crazy. Cousins is a gamer for sure and made a remarkable drive there late. We're watching thinking 3rd and 28, 4th and 14. You got to give credit to Atlanta, but the weight on the scale here, you're going to lean naturally in the side of Tampa and try to figure out what the hell happened.
Yeah, think about it. Coming into this game, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, particularly on offense, were as healthy as they've been all season. They finally had the collection of all of their skilled players back. Wide receivers, running back, all of those guys back. They even got healthy on the offensive line. And you still lose this game in just horrible fashion. Again, this is just a brutal loss for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I think you could see it on the face of Baker as well. For Todd Bowles to say what he said is one thing, but I think you see that Baker's just the reckoning of what has happened. The best news for them, I'm not trying to sell sunshine, but it's just true. There is a direct path to the playoffs. It includes 2 with the Panthers and 1 with the Dolphins. But if you play like this, you're not going to be a threat to anybody anyway.
Well, this is the beauty of how the NFL has scheduled these things down the stretch. They've backloaded all the divisional games at the end of the season. So you're absolutely right. You have an opportunity to get in, but it is dire right now for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
All right. We've got week 3 to come, and we'll talk about that in a minute. It might include, and in fact, it's looking more and more likely that week 15 might include 44-year-old quarterback Philip Rivers on track to start for the Colts, according to our Adam Schefter. He signed with the team Wednesday. Last played in an NFL game. It's been nearly 1,800 days ago when the Colts lost to the Bills in the wild card round. Now, our reaction on Monday Night Countdown the other night was us sort of looking around going, wait, this is a real thing? You tweeted out, let me stretch my Achilles out and sign a deal too, since grandparents are now getting a deal. Here's swag. We all thought like, ha, ha, ha. At some point, it stops being funny because this is a real life thing. And this is the Seattle defense that has broken younger men. What's your sense of what will happen or could happen if indeed this man is playing on Sunday?
Yeah, I equated this thing as like you're driving on the highway and you're seeing this big car accident and everyone's just kind of looking like, what's going on over there? It's the same reaction I got with Phillip Rivers. Scott, it's almost disrespectful. Not almost, it is disrespectful.
How so?
You're 44 years old. You haven't played in the National Football League since 2020. You've been on the couch for 5 years, and now here it is. We're in December. And we always talk about after Thanksgiving is when teams start kind of separating themselves. Mm-hmm. And you expect a Phillip Rivers guy that's 44 years old to come in and make a difference. And you're going up against this Seattle Seahawks defense that's one of the best units in the National Football League. Come on, man. Like, it's just hard for me to really take this thing seriously.
And I understand and appreciate that. My only counter would be, not too many weeks ago, I think it was two at this point, Minnesota put a rookie on the field in Seattle, and they got shut out, and it was a disaster. Maybe if you're Indiana, you just don't want to put Riley Leonard in that situation if he's even healthy enough to go. I understand your counter to that could be you could find someone that's played more recently than Rivers.
Absolutely. Again, just to show you the dire state of the Indianapolis Colts, that you're going to pluck a 44-year-old quarterback who hasn't played since 2020 right into the thick of things, trying to, save the season? It's just crazy.
Hard to believe that could happen on Sunday. I know a lot of people that are excited to potentially see that. I'll talk to Stanford Steve about that in a bit. We'll talk more with you about Week 15 in the National Football League in a bit as well. As for the Colts, no breather on that schedule after Seattle. They've got Jacksonville and Houston to finish out their season. This developing story from Ann Arbor and the state of Michigan. Former Michigan football coach Sharon Moore remains in custody as a suspect in an alleged assault. He's expected to appear in court for arraignment on Friday. Moore was held at the Washtenaw County Jail on Wednesday, just hours after he was fired as the Wolverines football coach for having what the school said was, quote, an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Michigan President Domenico Grasso sent a letter to faculty and students Thursday asking anyone with information about the Moore investigation to contact the university. When we continue, Bijan Robinson